Oh, I am not. Oh, 1 second. We fixed it. We fixed it. He's there. Hi, sorry. Hi, guys. Welcome to Clockwork Cantina 146. I'm one of your hosts, Josh902. Is the other host of the show.
I'm DT3. What's going on, everybody? I I appeared magically.
He did.
Much like the Skrulls did.
Yeah. Indeed.
Which we'll get to later.
So what happened was, and I'll explain this just for anybody watching that's like, what happened? We use guest star, right? And I can see DT no matter what. But the stream can only see DT if I send him to OBS. And since I could see him, I assumed he was on OBS, and I forgot to hit the send him to OBS button. But when I looked over and saw a black screen, I was like, we can fix this. And that's what happened. So I'm one of your hosts, Josh902. Well, we already did the host thing. What am I doing? I'm starting over again like an idiot. 146 episodes, DT. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
It's gonna be a fun one today because I like these comic episodes, man. I really do.
I do too.
I definitely want to do more of these because last year we did I don't know how many, but we started doing these last year. I want to say we did like what 1 or 2 last year. I don't know.
We did Civil War. I remember doing Civil War.
So that might have been the only one we did, but that's the one I could think of off the top of my head. But I want to do more. We're starting off the year with this one. We're doing still another Marvel Comics one, Secret Invasion. We were supposed to do this last year, but we just had so much going on that couldn't get to it. But
it's the way of things.
Yeah, I definitely want to do more of these. And expand to other comics aside from Marvel Comics. But yeah, we had this one that we wanted to do because obviously the show's coming, and just wanted to check it out. So yeah, but anyway, we'll get to that. The talking about this in the second half of the show. But yeah.
No, I agree with you. Before we move on, like I want to do more of the comic stuff. And I'm glad we did this, and it's fun because it's something new that we don't, or new-ish for me, because I don't read a lot of comics. So it's fun to get to hop in and do, and then get to do it with you, get to do it with chat, get to do it with like Majin. I'm sure will be here at some point, or we'll look back at this at the very least. The comic stuff. So, anyways, let's go ahead and hop into what we've been up to the past week. DT, why don't you go ahead and start us off here, my friend? What have you been up to the past week?
So, what have I been up to the past week? I have been continuing to watch movies. I watched the original 1977 animated Hobbit film. I watched the Boogie Nights. I watched Rush Hour 2, or rewatched it because I'd already seen that, obviously, but I rewatched that. Hilarious. Just as hilarious as it always was. Watched Lilia Forever, Fist of Fury, Grave of the Fireflies, After Yang. And then I was like, you know what? I want to watch these new Creed movies, right? Like but I haven't seen all of the Rockies, so I decided to do a Rocky run. And I watched OG Rocky from 1976, Rocky 2, and Rocky 3. So this week I'll be starting, 4 and then moving on to the rest of them. And then also I was kind of in the Bruce Lee kick, so I watched like I said, Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, all good stuff. So that's kind of what I've been watching movie wise. And then obviously TV show wise, I got to watch the 4th episode of The Bad Batch, which was good. And then video game.
Oh fuck! I forgot. I forgot to watch Bad Batch. Shit.
Yeah,
you just reminded me.
Bad Batch. Yeah, I watched it. What I did not have a chance to watch though was The Last of Us. I was gonna watch it, but then I still had to read the comics for today's show, so I obviously priority. So I read comics instead of watching The Last of Us. So I'll watch The Last of Us later today.
We traded. You got Bad Batch. I got Last of
Yeah.
Us.
So I did that. And then, video game wise, did keeping up with Fortnite, and I'm almost done with Assassin's Creed Rogue. I'll probably end up finishing that on stream tomorrow. Maybe. So looking forward to getting through that game. Play a little bit of FIFA 23, and then been playing a lot of the Division 2, which has been a lot of fun. So been doing a lot of that. Been a good time, doing that. And then also, it's been we've been hoping to start up a Star Wars RPG game here soonish. So I was working on creating the character, and getting reacquainted with some of that stuff, because it's been a while since I played any sort of RPG, anything. Um, and it's definitely been a few years since I played the, FFG Star Wars stuff. So, um, but yeah, in general, just haven't played any D&D. I think the last time I played any RPG, anything, was whenever we were doing the West Marches. So
Yeah,
whenever we did that was probably the last time I played. Um,
and it's been
but yeah,
months, many
I'm
months since that
excited.
happened.
Oh yeah, it's been a very long time. But yeah, I'm excited to get to hopefully start this game, man, and I'm hyped, dude. I hope it gets to happen. Like we got some interest. Like I know from somebody was making their character the past couple days, and hopefully we can get more people, because I really want to play this game, man. But that's pretty much what I've been up to. Uh yeah. Take it away, Josh. Your turn, man.
Okay, Legends of Vox Machina season 2 has dropped on the Amazon. They dropped 3 episodes. I watched them all 3, and DT, I think this season 2 is better than season 1 so far.
That's another thing that I forgot to watch, because I know I remember it came out, then I just forgot because I got caught up with other stuff, so I haven't seen it.
Hey, it's the same with me and Bad Batch, right? I've been watching Bad Batch. It completely slipped my mind this week between everything we were doing with the RPG prep and hopping on doing Division, the comics, and The Last of Us, and just everything. It just slipped my mind. Football too, even. Like I was watching football. Is another thing I've been up to, is watching football. I was watching the divisional round playoffs to see who's going to be fighting for the championships, and then moving on to the Super Bowl, right? So, it just completely slipped my mind. I sit here and I call myself a Star Wars fan, and I forgot Bad Batch. How could I? God damn it!
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
Lord. But yeah, Legends of Vox Machina season 2 better than season 1. I feel like so far. Yeah, I feel like it's just better written. The dialogue I feel is a little bit better. Like I feel like in some parts in season 1, they would say things and it just felt a little, I don't know. It felt like the things you'd say at the D&D table, but not if you were like actually the character at that point, which I get they're trying to stay true to the table. But at points it sounded a little weird or would sound a little forced. I feel like a lot of that's gone in season 2, and it feels like these characters are like more, I don't know, not more mature. It just feels like they fit better, I guess.
Feels more natural now, or what?
Yeah, more natural. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. It feels more natural. So far, I feel like, and I liked season 1. Don't get me wrong. I need to clarify that. I love season 1 of Legends of Vox Machina. But season 2, I just feel it's getting better. And I feel like if you like season 1, you're going to like season 2 as well. So definitely you should check that out, DT. I think you'll enjoy it.
I will have to check it out this week at some point.
The Last of Us, watched episode 2 of that. I'm still enjoying that. Not going to go into it because 1, DT hasn't seen it yet, and 2, we're probably going to talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Star Wars FFG RPG prep. I've been prepping, getting the Foundry ready, getting some modules in there, messing with some map making stuff, doing some writing on the side. It's a fun, good old time. That game probably won't be streamed, mostly because I feel like Star Wars isn't Star Wars without music, and they're going to kill us with copyright if we use their music. So that's probably why. It'll be probably just a thing for us on the side. So, And we'll tell you stories about it if you're interested in it. But for the most part, probably not going to be streamed. And then I've been playing some Division 2 stuff with DT and some of the others on his Discord, and it's been fun hopping back into that. And doing some things, trying to unlock some stuff and get everybody leveled up so we can mess around in there. And that's kind of all I've been up to the past week. Like I said, I watched some football, but didn't really. I don't think we need to talk about that too much. We're not really a super sports podcast, but I do like to watch football. And yeah, I'm just trying to think. Was there anything else that I haven't put in the notes? But I mean, I read the comics that we're going to be talking about in the second half of the show, I guess. Yeah, I think that's kind of it, DT. I think that's all I've been up to really this past week. Not a whole lot. I say that, and then it's like, you watched 3 episodes of this, an episode of this, spent many hours in the tabletop world doing this, and I played a little World of Warcraft, I guess, as well. I didn't write that down because I don't think it needs to be written down at this point. I'm toning it back and moving into other things now. All right, DT, you ready to move on and hit the news, my friend?
Let's do it.
All right, what's first?
Start off with the gaming news. So the first thing we have is Valheim's next big update takes the Vikings to the land of the dead. Plus, Hildir's quest update adds new style options. So we got some new enemy types, the Charred, they're called. And we got like 3 different like looks for them right there. One has like the long sword and no type of like clothing. And then the second one has like 2 short swords and like another like little skull on its shoulder kind of dealio. And then the third one is kind of like I guess like a mage kind of dude. He's got like the little type of clothing to match with it, and then also has a little skull on its shoulder. So on a blog post on the official Valheim site, they talk about the development, the quests and concepts, what they're wanting to do. They got like obviously the new enemy types, those guys, and have this other thing called the Morgan, which looks absolutely horrible. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, you can go over to Valheim.com, check out their blog for all the like super details. But they're yeah, they just talk about like the new biome update with the Ashlands and all that good stuff. This is a game that like I wanted to like Valheim more than I did, I think. Like I know there was a lot of people out there that absolutely love this game and could like play it forever. And I'm just like, man, I really wish I liked this game more than I did. And I'm hoping that with all these updates and stuff that they're doing, it'll like, maybe get me back into the game and maybe I'll enjoy more of the updates that come in the future. But yeah, I don't know. It's always been one of those games where it's like I like it, but I don't like love it like other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I'm
don't know how
kind of
much
the
time
same.
yeah, I don't know how much time you spent on Valheim, but yeah.
Not a
Just
lot.
how I
I'll
feel
be
about it.
honest. Not a lot. I liked it. I like playing with friends and stuff, but it was really early. I need to go back to it and kind of mess around with it, and probably on my own a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I love playing with a group and stuff, but sometimes I feel like there's a pressure sometimes that comes with playing a group. Whereas when I'm playing solo, I'm not too worried about what's going on because it's just me, right? Like DT knows this because whenever we play games that are survival games together, I tend to go off and be a lone wolf for a lot of the time. You know, it's just kind of how I am. It's not that I don't love playing with the group. Like, listen, whenever there's a fight, I'll be there. You know, I will have your back. DT knows this. I jumped into a group of zombies to try to save him once, okay? I'll always be there, but I'll be off doing my own thing other times. You can count on me in those big moments. But yeah. I would love to go back to Valheim. I need to check it out again. It's been a really long time since I played it.
For sure, man. For sure.
Okay. What's next?
Next up, we have a Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game Meet the Clowns trailer. Oh boy.
And then
Let's check this out.
Yeah, let's check it out. This is just 50 seconds.
Yeah, let's play it. 3, 2, 1, go. Meet the Clowns. You got the Trapster. The Tracker. Scout. He's gonna bonk you in a horny jail with that hammer, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The Fighter. Oh, she's got the boxing gloves, dude. And the Tank. That's a big son bitch right there.
Mm-hmm. Because we're going to cover Killer Clowns from Outer Space a lot, okay? Because, one, I like it. Two, we showed it to Ambo like 2 years ago and she hated it. And it was the best thing ever.
I know I mentioned this before, but I signed up for the beta or the alpha or whatever the hell it was. So hopefully they'll let me play it and
yeah.
Maybe I'll be able to talk. I don't know if I can talk about it, but
yeah, you never know.
Not that I've been selected or anything, but I signed up for it just in case they do, So hopefully, I can, we can test it out, and then whenever we get the chance to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But otherwise, yeah. Now, yeah, it looks looks wise, graphically and all that, it looks pretty good. Just off that little trailer, you could see the detail on the weapons and just the outfits and the the face painting and all that stuff. So it looks cool. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to check that out, man, because that just looks like it's gonna be a fun, silly ass time playing that game. So I'm all about it.
Yeah. What's the next bit?
We have more Killer Clown stuff because we're talking about the class details.
Yeah, so I saw this last night, and I forgot to put it in the news today. But they had this article up over on IGN, which I'll throw over here, guys, and I'll read a little bit of it to you. It says in this video above, you can meet the 5 playable clowns: the Trapster, Tracker, Scout, Fighter, and Tank. A team of 3 of these clowns will be able to cause chaos in multiplayer matches versus 7 other players taking the role of the humans in the town of Crescent Cove. Each clown is equipped with a ray gun that can encase humans in a cotton candy cocoon. The clown jump ability that allows them to jump to any point on the map previously discovered by the team, and the all-important healing laughter ability. In addition, each clown has their own signature set of skills that makes them unique. So first up, the Trapster. Based on Rudy from the Killer Clowns film, the Trapster is a trap-laying class designed to lock down humans and help other clowns find them. His main weapon is a Jawbreaker mace, which causes an explosion of popcorn on contact.
Oh, damn.
When popcorn sticks to humans, all clowns are able to see them through walls and on the map. And so the Trapster is able to tag enemies with every strike of the mace. Yeah. He also has a deployable popcorn mine, which will also tag any humans that runs over it. For a more grotesque trap option, he also has the Baby Clown, a disgusting larvae-like creature that latches onto humans and holds them in place. Great. Next up, we have the Tracker. Similar to the Trapster, the Tracker, inspired by Spikey from the movie, is able to use popcorn to highlight humans to the rest of the clown team. Tracker has a popcorn bazooka for an explosive long-range option, and the balloon dog that will point toward the nearest human. As for enemies that are trying to escape, Tracker can chase them down on foot thanks to being able to vault over obstacles, or instead hop in his invisible car, which can be driven around the outdoor areas of the map.
Okay.
Next
Cool.
up, the Scout. Jumbo the Scout is, as his name suggests, a scouting class designed to push beyond the front lines and seek out enemies. He's the only clown who can use the clown jump to leap into previously unexplored territory, which makes him an ideal reconnaissance option. His hypnotic lure abilities will draw humans towards him, or he can quickly move close to them by using the Lackey Swap, a skill that instantly lets the Scout switch places with a nearby AI minion. Next up, we have the Fighter. The Fighter, as his name suggests, the straight-up combat class of the group. He's armed with a pair of boxing gloves that can be used to pummel humans and is the most agile of the group. But this clown, based on Shorty from the movies, is more than just a brawler. His pizza box skill will be familiar to anyone who has played a prop hunt game, as it transforms him into a pizza box. Handy for a bit of stealth between the rough and tumble. Like Tracker, the Fighter is also able to quickly chase humans with a vehicle, but his speedy tricycle can also be used indoors. I love this. This is the best. And finally, we have the Tank. The final class, inspired by Chubby from the movie, is the Tank. Armed with an extendable jawbreaker that can be charged up for increased range and power, the Tank is the most physically formidable clown in the troop. With his Sticky Bash ability, he's able to lay down a carpet of cotton candy that traps anyone caught within it. And the Rage Rush skill allows him to charge into enemies and bash through obstacles. The Tank is also able to reenact one of the film's most memorable scenes. He can stick a straw into a human caught in a cotton candy cocoon and slurp them up to gain a temporary movement speed buff. I know that's terrible, isn't it? That's awful.
Oh, dude, I want to play this game now, man.
I want to play it so bad. Like, this article tells you... It tells you so much about the game, which is, first of all, it's going to be 10 people, right? 3 clowns, 7 humans. But then I guess there's going to be little AI minions running around, because that's what the Scout seems to imply, that it can swap with a lackey, right? So it's like an AI minion running around. Or multiples, I guess. This game sounds like it's going to be ridiculous, just like the Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie. And it sounds like a lot of fun. I really hope it's good. I can't wait to give it a try. It seems great. We're going to get Ambo to play it. It's going to be awesome.
She's going to... T definitely going to play this, man.
Oh, yes, she is. Yes, she is. I'll get her in there.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. Yeah, I definitely want to play that, though. That sounds fun.
It sounds fun. And plus, it's like 10 people. We have so many people in our Discord. We'll have full lobbies. Let's go, mate. Like, thank God. Or even, like, we could get together, like, me, you, Majin. Like, we'll be the clowns. We'll just hunt down a bunch of fucking noobs out there. Let's get them, you know? Like,
right? Hell yeah, dude.
All
right.
This shit's funny.
Moving on, there's a new cinematic trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, showing off the castle grounds. It's about 1:19. If you want to check that out.
Yeah, let me get that loaded up for you guys.
So Avalanche and publisher Warner Brothers Interactive released a new cinematic, giving viewers a bird's eye view of the titular school and surrounding castle ground. So let's check it out. Ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Take this. Find them.
So why the fuck you tie that on my foot?
We don't know what magic caused this.
Come on, settle. I said settle. Abracadabra!
Bro, why are you shooting the owl for, man? What did it do to you?
Your legacy
Okay, where's the school?
begins now.
There it is. That is about like a little less than 3 weeks away. This game, by the way. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty neat little trailer.
Yep. Cinematic trailers are fun.
Yeah. What we got next? Oh, one last thing here for the gaming news because we don't have a whole lot this week, I suppose. The last thing we have here is we're gonna be talking about Marvel's Avengers. The team over at Crystal Dynamics has announced the end of development for its live series Marvel's Avengers game. This news comes at 2.5 years after the game's fall 2020 launch. In that time, Marvel's Avengers development team released 12 playable heroes, including the PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man, a full expansion set in Wakanda, multiple character-focused operations, and several smaller pieces of content. The 2.7 update, which arrived November 30th, 2022, adding Winter Soldier and the cloning lab Omega level threat, was the final new content for Marvel's Avengers. Crystal Dynamics had planned one final title update, version 2.8, to arrive on March 31st, 2023. This update will not add any new content, including no additional cosmetics. Instead, it will deliver final balance updates and turn off the cosmetics marketplace. Once this update arrives, credits will not be purchasable, and all remaining credits and players' accounts will be converted into in-game resources like units, fragments, upgrade modules, polychron, and DNA keys. As a result of the marketplace's closure, all the game's marketplace, challenge card, and shipment cosmetic content will be made free to all players. This means all outfits, takedowns, emotes, and nameplates from those sources will be free, all players starting on March 31st. Official support for the game will end completely on September 30th. After that time, single player and multiplayer will still be available, but Crystal Dynamics is unlikely to address any additional issues with the game. It will also be delisted from any digital storefronts at that time. So here it is. We knew this was probably going to happen eventually,
Yeah.
but yeah, did you see it happening now, Josh?
You know, I was really hoping they could fight, kind of back and make it better. But look, this game was expensive to make. It had to make money. The problem is it just wasn't good enough to do that. Like, I really enjoyed the single player stuff, but the multiplayer stuff was really repetitive. It made you not feel like a hero, a problem that I feel like Marvel's Midnight Suns solved. Like you feel like a hero in that game. In this game, you beat on some, like if I'm the Hulk and I hit a dude, he shouldn't still be standing there and have half his HP bar, Yeah. I'm the fucking Hulk. And it's cool that they're gonna. I mean, it sucks if you spent money on this game to buy stuff out of the store because they ain't giving you no refunds. But everything's gonna be free, so you can hop in there and mess around with all that free stuff. But don't look for that to last very long. I'd say I'd probably give it about another year before they just turn the servers off completely for this game because they're not even want to pay to run that stuff for very long, I imagine. So if you want to go back to it, wait for that update to drop when everything's free. Get in there, get your fill, because I really don't see it sticking around even longer after that. It sucks. It's sad. I hate for people to lose jobs too. Maybe they'll be moved to other projects, but man, this game had a rough go of it, and they just couldn't get it to where it needed to be. to be good and to turn a profit at the same time. So disappointing. If I had a big disappointment in the last few years, it was definitely probably this game. Unfortunately, like
Yeah, I got you.
I really did like the main single player story though. Like I got this where I kind of got to meet Miss Marvel for the first time, and I thought the story was good, but ugh, that multiplayer was rough, and that's kind of like the meat and potatoes of it.
No, I agree. I also really enjoyed the single player game or the single player story. I thought that was like actually pretty solid. Like
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of the funner like single player like games like that I've played in the past couple of years. But still, like you said, the multiplayer was kind of like the big aspect of this game and kind of what was going to keep it alive going forward. And it just from the beginning, it just wasn't where it needed to be, and then they were just trying to slowly catch up and add extra content and characters to it, but they just never were able to beat out the stuff that they needed to. Because I mean, we always joke around with like, or not joke around, but we always just talk about like games and when they're being delayed and all that stuff, and it's like when like you and I
Mm-hmm.
always prefer for games to be delayed and then have them come out and then have them be the way they should be, right? Like I don't mind that. I think it's always better for to take as much time as you need on a game and then have it released the way you want it to, as opposed to like releasing a game and then once you release a game and it's like not like it doesn't even have to be perfection, but just like if it's not at a level where either you want it to be or where people thought it was going to be, like on what you based off what you promised or whatever, and it just like it's underwhelming and it just doesn't like live up to what you know they had been marketing or whatever at that point. Like it's hard to come back from that, and a lot of games don't make it back. There are occasions where some have, like obviously No Man's Sky is like at the top of this list of games that have done it. And then, Battlefront 2 also for a while there, before that got dropped was also another example of like how to turn a game around, but not a lot of games do it, man. And these guys, they kind of, once the game was released and everybody was like, well, fuck this game basically. They kind of never really recovered from that, unfortunately. So it is what it is, but this is why like I'm always gonna say, like, just before you release your game, just make sure it's at where you want it to be at, man. Like, don't. And I know it's easier said than done because a lot of places they're just higher ups or whatever just want to release the game to try to start making money on it. But it's like, man, people would just understand and realize that if you take your time and release something that's good to begin with, it'll be better for you in the long run than just, you know, dropping out whatever you have done and then slowly, you know, uh trying to improve it over time because like with so many other game options out there, not everybody's going to have the patience to stick with your game, man. Like I know some of us do, but like not everybody's like that, and like what is that, you know, what does that do for your player base if you have nobody playing your game by the time you're done, updating it or making it the way you want it to be slowly over time. But anyway, yeah, it's unfortunate for this game because again, I really did like the single player, but yeah, they just could never multiplayer just was never with it, unfortunately.
All right.
That's the gaming news, man.
That's it. I had a look while you were talking to just see if anything dropped. Nothing really, so we can keep rolling right along, my friend, into the TV
All right,
news.
well, we going to TV then. Let's do it.
All right. What's up first, DT?
So we had a trailer last week, or
We
yeah,
did.
last week, and it was for the Mandalorian season 3.
Oh,
Much like
yeah.
last week, how we had a Ant-Man trailer during the football game. We had a Mando trailer during the football game this past week, and we are going to be checking that out now. I also reacted to this, so if you guys want to check out my initial thoughts, go check it out on the YouTube.
So did I. I also reacted to this. Check mine out as well. Check us both
there
out.
you
Leave
go.
comments.
Yeah, we both watched it before today, so there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we
sorry,
don't watch
guys.
it again today and talk about it. It's okay. We'll we'll watch it and we'll talk about it here a little bit and we'll kind of skim through it, give our thoughts, and then kind of just talk about it. So anyway, you ready?
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1, go.
Our people are scattered like stars in the galaxy.
Look at all these Mandos, dude. Yeah,
I
boy.
know. I was hyped.
I love it. That N1 looking sexy as always. Look at that thing. Woo, can't wait, dude. Bro, I cannot wait to watch this show, dude. I can't wait. March, I wish March was here.
That way, you'll never be lost.
Navarro looking crispy now, dude.
Right.
Grief Karga got the drip.
I'm going to Mandalore so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the force be with you!
This is the way.
This is the way.
There's something
On March 1st. Coruscant, dude. Look at that. Yeah.
enough for you to act. It'll be too late.
The caves of Mandalore. Grogu getting PTSD.
Hang on, kid.
The Mandalorian fighter in live action. Yes. The droid bar. Mando's dropping out the dropship. The Enzellans.
This is the
And
way.
Grogu force pushing the shit out of whatever this thing is.
I won't lie. When I saw the thing's legs hanging out, I was like, that kind of looks like a rat ghoul. And then I had to like rewind it a couple times. I was like, oh, that's not a rat ghoul, but it kind of looks like one. It's clawed foot. Made me think of one.
They need to bring rat ghouls in the live action. That'd be dope.
Right?
But,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
Star Wars horror movie. Anyway, this trailer is badass, man. Like
It's a dope trailer.
all the Mandalorians, Navarro's updated, clean look with Grief got rocking the drip. We got the Enzellans on there. We got some quacking monkey lizards on the fucking tree and shit, and like it looks like at some point the Mandalorians are gonna drop in on Navarro and get in a fight, and we got Din going back to Mandalore. Like there's a lot, dude. I cannot wait. This is my most anticipated show of the year, and I'm just excited, man.
I am
I'm
too.
very excited.
I can't wait to watch it.
I literally cannot wait. I need it to be March, man. I need it to be March because I want to watch this. I want to watch it. Damn it. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff on there. So I could talk about that forever. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, go watch the trailer, like my trailer reaction, like I said. Um, yeah, that's looks so good, man. Looks so good.
Yes, sir. All right. What's next, DT?
Next up, we have a first look at Ted Lasso season 3.
Ooh.
So Apple TV has released a little something on this. They released an image. They did not say, however, whether or not this next season would be the last, as it has been widely speculated up until this point. Uh, and previously they had been saying that the show was going to be a 3-season arc. Uh, the story is going to be over in season 3, regardless, even if the show finds another story to tell and goes on. Said Bill Lawrence, talking about this show in an interview with Hollywood Reporter after season 2 ended in October 2021. Uh, Also, Brendan Hunt, who plays Coach Beard, uh, also echoed that idea, saying, "We are writing an ending for this 3-chunk portion that we've always seen, but it's not like Thanos is in it and half of us die. Most of us, anyway, will probably still be alive. So I don't think leaving it out is anything to worry about. It's just a matter of whether or not we pick this up in some other way and when." And then yeah, there's the picture. We got the Ted there, uh, you know, facing up against his former homie over with West Ham now, Nate formerly known as Nate the Great, right? Uh, and yeah, we know what happens at the end of season 2 if you're caught up with it. Um, yeah, I'm very curious, like if season 3 is going to be the end of the show, or if this is going to be the end of this arc, and then they'll find another story to tell within the show.
I
Like
don't know.
I kind of hope they continue it because I like the show, man.
I
But
like it too.
if if they have nothing, and I don't know, like it just depends on what they want to do and what they want to, because like I don't want them to continue the show. If it's just gonna be like if it's gonna turn into something that bad, right? Like I'd rather. I always want any show to end on a high. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I want them to continue it though, but if it's gonna be good, but it just depends. So we'll have to see. But I'm excited for season 3. I love the first 2 seasons, and that first look image is kind of what we're gonna be expecting here in season 3, right? Is these two guys kind of going up against each other. But that's that. And moving on to the next thing here is Cobra Kai is set to end with its next season. Uh Season 6. Uh they made the announcement this past Friday with a video that teases what it calls the biggest and baddest season of the series. Uh, the premiere date hasn't even been set. They only say coming soon. But the creators, Josh Harold, uh, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg, call the decision to end the series bittersweet, but one that lets them bring Cobra Kai to close the way they want. Reacquainting the world with the Cobra Kai universe has been our humble honor, the trio said in a statement. Making Cobra Kai has allowed us to join the same hollow dojo once inhabited by the great Robert Mark Kamen, John Avildsen, and Jerry Weintraub, and all the amazing original cast members. It has also enabled us to play Sensei, expanding the original storylines and birthing a new generation of underdogs. We've never taken this opportunity for granted. Our day one goal with Cobra Kai has always been to end it on our terms, leaving the valley in the time and place we've always imagined. So it is with the immense pride and thankfulness that we are able to announce that achievement. The upcoming season 6 will mark the conclusion of Cobra Kai. So we can check out this little season 6 announcement here at the end at the bottom, and then we can kind of if you want to share your thoughts on
Yeah.
Cobra Kai making it to making it to its 6th and final season and all that stuff, Josh. So let's check that little video out real quick.
All right. I have it loaded.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
We've been fighting so long. Against each other. With each other. It's hard to keep track.
The training, the tournaments, the rivalries, the lessons. It hasn't always been smooth. But after all this time, we've built something. Together. To be proud of.
So let me ask you. Do you have one more fight left in you?
Cobra Kai 6. Here we go, man. Coming soon. So yeah, again, no release date, but there it is. Josh, how you feel, man? How you feeling after all this?
I'm sad, but I'm glad that that it happened, and that two, they get to end it the way they want to, because I think when the first show first came out, I was like, I think they got a plan for like 6 seasons, and then after that, who knows? And they're gonna get their 6 seasons. They know where that's gonna end. So, and the show has just been consistently good. Like, there's never been a point where I was like, man, this show's bad. Consistently great.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to have a show consistently good for fucking 5 seasons?
5 seasons, yeah.
Like,
Because there's been other shows that I liked at the beginning and then kind of were like, ugh, like Stranger Things is one of them for me. Like, season 1 is amazing. Then season 2 is kind of like, oh, I dropped a little bit. Season 3 was great. And then season 4, I'm like, you know. So
I'm the same with like Game of Thrones. Like, I
Well, yeah, I
loved
mean-
Game of Thrones in them early days, but when we got to the end of that, it was ass. It was
oh,
shit.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. For sure. No, there's plenty of, like, Walking Dead. I watched that for years and then it just got shitty for a while and I never finished it, you know. So
A lot of CW shows too.
oh yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there's more shows you can say that for than ones that are consistently good. So yeah, awesome. I'm kind of with you. I wish there was more, but I'm glad that they're going to be ending it on their terms, the way they wanted to. Because yeah, this show has been absolutely awesome for the past, however many years it's been out. Started off as a YouTube show too. People
Yeah.
may or may not remember. Started off as a YouTube show. Man. And then they were, by what, season 3 or something, they were brought over to Netflix.
Something like that. I don't remember which season it was, but I think it was around 3, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was season 3. They were brought over to Netflix, and here we are, man. It's definitely one of my favorite like ongoing shows right now. That's it's close to ending, so it's kind of sad,
Okay.
but
It's okay.
is
We
what
got
it
6
is, man.
seasons. 6
Yeah.
seasons of great show in a world that we love. I know we've said this, but I was on that train from day one. But the other thing is, like, this show, this is your next generation of fucking superheroes. I really truly believe that it's already happening. All right, with Blue
It's
Beetle.
already happening. I was gonna say that, yeah.
But like, all these kids were great, or these young adults. I guess I should say they're not really kids anymore. They're young adults now. It's like, all these young adults are great martial artists. They have trained relentlessly, been in shape relentlessly. They know how to do the thing, right? They know how to be superheroes. They're the next gen. Come on, they got put them in more shit after this is over.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they all do after this show, right? Because I mean, we obviously know Choldo's gonna be Blue Beetle, but like for everybody else, like what are they gonna be doing after, But yeah, it's been a great 5 seasons. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to season 6. Hopefully, we get like an announcement on when it's coming out. But I am, at some point soon is what I meant to say. But yeah, I'm just yeah, it is kind of bittersweet, but again, the good thing is they're ending it the way they want to end it, and hopefully we're gonna get a banger of an ending, man. Because man, there's been a lot of craziness over the past 5 seasons, and I'm just very interested to see how it all ends and wraps up. With all these characters in the mix. So
For
yeah,
sure.
it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
All right.
The last thing we have here is we have a teaser for season 2 of Invincible, which is another one of my heavily anticipated shows because I love season 1, so I cannot wait for season 2. Let's check this out. I have not seen this yet, so
I
this is
haven't
my
either.
first time checking this out. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh man,
Pretty good. Look at that. Not bad, Mark. You're not
Like
just
you want a burger.
invincible, you're also like Earth's best food cooking man.
Huh.
It's pretty impressive.
What? Oh, no, I just worked here. I don't actually make the food.
Next time also, constructive criticism, do not put these green things in here.
yes, no pickles.
Yeah, hey, so
I hate pickles. Pickles are gross.
Yeah, of course I found it. Very, very quickly, very easily. Yellow skies, purple grass, and get this, they have burgers there too, just like these. Who would have guessed, huh?
You never found it, right?
No, nope, not even close. I hope they're okay. I think about them quite a bit, honestly. But how about you? What have you been up to? It's been a while. I think everyone agrees it's been like a little ridiculous how long it's been.
Hey, I've been busy.
Doing what?
Well, I've been busy writing, designing, storyboarding, voice acting, key posing, in-betweening, cleaning up, color slapping, comping the whole thing and all that for, roughly thousands of shots, so it's kind of a lot.
Sure, yeah. Although like 90% of that, if I'm being honest, sounds completely made up. But the real question is, when are you going back out there? The world needs more Invincible.
Oh, it's coming, okay? Hey!
Yeah, I know, but like a specific date would be nice.
Oh, but okay, fine. The world will get more Invincible in, late 2023.
All right, okay, I'll take it. Late 2023. Perfect, sure.
Nice.
So 2023, is that like one of your years? You know, our planets, they all have different systems of keeping track of time. Like, they go
This
around
is,
the stars at different speed, but the way you said that number makes it sound soon. Is it soon? I really want it to be soon.
That's a fun little teaser because everybody's been wondering like what's going on with season 2, right? Because it's been
Mm-hmm.
a little while since season 1 came out. I feel like, and they're like, yo, we're busy, like doing everything that you need to do in the show, right? Like it's coming. Hold on to your horses there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them, man. Late 2023. We still gotta wait a little bit more, but it'll come out before the end of the year. So that's good. That is good. Good.
Yeah. All right, DT. Is that it for
That's our TV news, yeah. So
All
we
right.
can move on over to the movie news now, my friend.
All righty. What's up first?
Up first, over in the movie news, we have some Rainbow Six news. Chad Stahelski, who helms the John Wick movies, of course, as we know, is going to be directing Michael B. Jordan in Paramount's Rainbow Six. It will be a adaptation to the follow-up 2021 action movie Without Remorse. So Paramount's adaptation of the Tom Clancy novel Rainbow Six has found its director. Like I said, Chad Stahelski, director of the John Wick movies, has been tapped to direct the next movie, which features Michael B. Jordan, which is a follow-up to the 2021 action thriller Without Remorse. Jordan is starring in Rainbow Six and producing as well. He'll be playing the Navy SEAL turned CIA operative John Clark, one of Clancy's more popular characters, who appeared in the late author's Jack Ryan spy books. Remorse served as Clark's origin story of sorts and was made during the pandemic. With the theatrical release in flux, Paramount offloaded the movie to Amazon, where it debuted on April 30th, 2021. And Paramount intends to release Rainbow theatrically, sources say, although final decisions won't be made until later in the process. No plot details have been revealed. Yeah, I haven't seen the 2021 movie.
I haven't either.
But this kind of makes me interested to check it out because I like Chad Stahelski. I love the John Wick movies, and I like Michael B. Jordan, and I'm definitely curious about this. I like the Rainbow Six stuff, but I didn't you know I don't know too much about like the novels and stuff. I'm more
I don't either.
obviously more knowing of the games and whatnot. So yeah. So I will have to check out the first movie, and then I'll be ready for this one whenever it comes out. But it sounds promising. Like I said, I like Chad Stahelski, so that'll be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I grew up on the Rainbow Six games. I never read the books. I didn't even realize this was a follow-up to a movie that already happened. So, learned a lot of things in this article. So I need to check out that first movie as well. All I have is like the games to go on, which I'm sure are definitely probably not like the books, I'm sure. Probably, most likely.
Alrighty, let's move on to Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon getting a release date as Netflix teases its 2023 slate. So Netflix has set a date for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. The space epic will release on December 22nd on the streaming service. Netflix revealed last Wednesday as a part of their broader look at the 2023 slate. And for those of you who don't remember, Zack Snyder originally developed Rebel Moon as a potential Star Wars movie more than a decade ago, before Disney acquired it in 2012. And what Zack Snyder had to say in July 2021 says about this movie said, "This is me growing up as an Akira Kurosawa fan, a Star Wars fan," he told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2021. "It's my love of sci-fi and giant adventure. My hope is that this also becomes a massive IP and a universe that can be built out." So, Rebel Moon picks up at the edge of the galaxy where a peaceful colony is threatened by armies of the tyrannical regent Balisarius. The colony sends a young woman named Cora to seek warriors from neighboring planets to help them make a stand. And the cast is pretty solid for this movie. So definitely want to check it out. I'm very curious about what his potential Star Wars movie would have looked like. So definitely want to watch this. And also we can check out this little video here at the end, Josh, which kind of has like release dates for a lot of their
Yeah,
stuff.
we can check it out.
So let's throw that up here. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is truly delightful. Oh, yeah.
So 2023, what they got for us? Let's see.
All right, guys, we got work to do.
Looks like Extraction 2, maybe.
So do you hang out in the hood all the time, or do you just come up here for our food and women?
Where's our waiter?
All right, there you go. You people, your place or mine.
You and I tell each other everything, right?
Always.
Luther the Fallen Son.
It's my case. I've got to make this right.
Murder Mystery 2.
Proceed you.
Here you go. Well, thank you. That's nice to hear.
Not in a positive way, I'm afraid.
Oh, not. Okay.
Okay.
The Mother.
Whatever I need to be to keep her safe.
Jackson 2, there it is.
So I can come out of retirement.
The Clone Tyrone. What else we got? Heart of Stone.
We have no idea what they're capable of. But life is full of surprises.
Lift.
What do we left?
Damsel. Pain Hustlers.
I could take you out of here.
The Killer.
Don't improvise. Trust no one.
Family Affair. Theo.
Who said that?
Leave the World Behind.
Something is happening, and I don't trust them.
And there it is, Rebel Moon.
For all that you love, show them no mercy.
So that's their slate for this year, it looks like.
That was serious.
All right, Josh. Anything in there? Look like you wanted something you want to watch.
I like the first Extraction, so I want to check out the second one. Damsel looked interesting, looked very fantasy.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of did. I was like, whoa, Millie Bobby Brown with a sword in her back? Like, what's going on here?
That looked kind of cool. And I am interested in checking out Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, those are the same three that stood out to me as well. Like, some of the other stuff didn't really look like it was for me, but
I think some of it's going to be like hit or miss. Yeah, like you'll never really know for sure.
Yeah,
you see some of it.
You won't know till you watch it. Yeah. So.
And then you're like, oh man, that was dog shit. And then you're like, oh man, that was
Right.
that was great. You know, like.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We shall see. But yeah, no, those are the same three that I had too. So we don't have to spend more time on that if that's all we got for it.
Oh, I just saw what was next.
Yeah, your the favorite thing to talk about is next, man. So, Tron 3 is moving forward with Jared Leto. Pirates 5 co-director Joaquin Ronning will be directing as well. After years of stops and starts, Tron 3 is moving forward finally at Disney. The film is titled Tron Ares, has a script from Jesse Wugato, and will follow 2010's Tron Legacy. So yeah, that's I love Tron. I've been waiting for a sequel to Tron Legacy since the first movie, since that one came out in 2010, over 10 years ago. But I really want to know why, like, Jared Leto's the guy. Like, why is he the guy? Because this is not the first time he's been brought up with this movie, because for years, he had been rumored with this movie. And I am wondering, why him? Why, out of anybody that you could attach to this movie, why Jared Leto has been the constant guy to attach to Tron? I know he's a musician as well, so he could do the music, I guess, because Daft Punk, is no longer a thing, unfortunately. Which, man, I fucking love Daft Punk's like Tron Legacy soundtrack. But anyway, why him specifically? Like, if you're not gonna bring back the same cast as Tron Legacy, depending on how the story goes, if you're gonna move up in time, or I don't know what they're doing, right? I also never watched the animated show, which I need to check out. By the way, that might actually be one of the next shows I watch. But anyway, I want to know what the story is, or what the process, or what the just idea
I want to know what
is.
blackmail he's got on the son of a bitch doing this shit. All right, because I can't stand Jared Leto. Motherfucker has a cult on a private island somewheres. He's not good. He's terrible. Stop casting him in things. He sucks so much. I cannot stand him in anything. I really can't. He's a giant shitbag. All right, we heard about that. I do not, for the life of me, can understand. He's got to have blackmail material on somebody, right? Like, he's terrible. He's bad. Stop it. Stop it. All right, that's all I got to say on it. I let it out. It's over.
You let
with.
it out. There it is.
If you don't like it, Jared, find me.
So that's just what I'm wondering is why? Why out of like after all this time you're finally getting this movie going again? Like, to be honest, I want to see the movie happen. So I'm gonna watch it. I want to check it out. I want it to happen. I want it to move forward because I love Tron. But I'm just like really, really curious why they insist on having him in this movie. Because I definitely don't feel strongly about it as Josh does, but I'm just like, why? You know?
Oh, I think he's dog shit, dog. He's terrible. He's truly awful.
I've seen, I don't know. I've seen him in some stuff where he hasn't been like acting wise. I'm talking about acting ability. Like he's been decent in, but like
I think he's dog shit even when he's acting.
as in terms of like human. No, I'm just saying though, like for me that in terms of like his personal stuff, yeah. I mean, we've heard about that kind of stuff, but yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't know.
He's terrible. They should have brought back Garrett Hedlund.
That's why I'm wondering, like why did they not like? I know that what's her name, Olivia Wilde, the girl who played, or the lady who played Cora. She's like a director now, and like she's she probably doesn't want to revisit the character or whatever. But yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't bring back I don't know. The point is, I'm very curious where they're taking the story in, because if it's gonna be a sequel to Tron Legacy, like you're not bringing back like, at least as far as we know for right now, they're not bringing back any of the the people from that movie. Which, to be fair, it is still early, and we don't they're like barely moving forward with this, so we'll have to wait till we get more news on it. But this is all we got to go off of, so it's like I have a lot of questions. Basically, this is kind of how I'm seeing it. So
I'll be honest, it killed my hype for it. Like anything going, I was like, hey, Tron. Ooh, Jared Leto. It might kill Tron for me. I'll be honest with you. It might be that bad for me that it might kill Tron for me. And that's really sad, I feel like, because I enjoyed, I was one of those that liked Tron Legacy and thought it was a good movie and enjoyed the soundtrack. And I'm not really looking forward to this at all now, unfortunately. And that's my opinion on it. So what do we have next, DT, if we're done with Tron?
We are moving forward. Let's talk about how there's a John Williams documentary in the works from Steven Spielberg's Amblin TV.
Oh, this ought to be good. I'm excited for this already.
So, legendary screen composer John Williams is going to be the subject of a feature-length documentary with his longtime collaborator Steven Spielberg among those spearheading the project. Amblin Television, Imagine Documentaries, and Netherland Media are in the very early stages production on the documentary that is being directed by Loren Bouzereau. He's a documentarian whose works includes Five Came Back, Natalie Wood, What Remains Behind, and Mama's Boy, A Story from Our Americas. He's also a longtime director of making of and behind the scenes featurettes, producing several hundred of them in the 90s, including dozens for Spielberg movies. Williams, now 90, was expected to retire after finishing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, being directed by James Mangold. But at a talk with Spielberg on stage earlier this month, Williams surprised his friend by saying that he no longer planned on retiring after that film. A visibly emotional Spielberg remarked that he'd better figure out what film he was doing next then. Spielberg went on to compare their 50-year relationship to an ideal marriage. I don't think we've ever had a disagreement, he said, adding with a chuckle, I mean, what am I going to do? Sit down and write the music myself? With a career spanning more than 6 decades, Williams has composed the music and served as music director for more than 100 films, including all 9 of the main Star Wars films, the first 3 Harry Potter films, uh, JFK, Born on the 4th of July, Memoirs of Geisha, Far and Away, The Accidental Tourist, Home Alone, and The Book Thief. His 50-year artistic partnership with Spielberg includes Indiana Jones, Jaws, Schindler's List, E.T., Jurassic Park, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Munich, Saving Private Ryan, The Adventures of Tintin, Warhorse, Lincoln, The BFG, The Post, and his current feature, The Fableman. So that's a lot, man. I know we'll definitely be checking this out whenever
Yeah,
it comes out.
for sure.
Yeah, we Josh and I are very much into this kind of stuff. You guys know when we did the
Mhm.
Light and Magic episode, like we love behind the scenes, like documentary kind of pieces. So we will definitely be checking this out. And again, how cool is it that Steven Spielberg is the one involved in this as well? So
Yeah. And like John Williams has been such a massive part of our childhoods, our adulthoods, our continuing adulthoods. Like,
Yep.
there's no, I wouldn't even know, honestly, because I can't remember everything I've ever seen in my life. There's no telling how many things I've seen that has John Williams doing the music for it, right? It's like him and Hans Zimmer are like my entire movie catalog, pretty much. And
not only that, but like
it's crazy.
there are music for other things that is inspired by some of the stuff that he did, So
Exactly.
his influence reaches like far more than just the stuff that he did. So there's John Williams all over the place, man, which is incredible. Yeah, I mean, again, I love this kind of stuff, so I can't wait to watch it whenever it comes out. Yeah, I'm all for it. It's gonna be good.
For sure. Can't wait.
To close out our movie news, we have 2 trailers to watch. One of them is for Scream 6, and then the other one is one that dropped earlier today, which we'll get to after we watch this one. So Scream 6, let's check it out. I haven't seen this, so first time
I
watching
haven't
for
either.
me.
Same.
Dropped 4 days ago, so let's check it out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
You got a problem here, guy?
Dang. Ghostface ain't got a knife no more, bro. He got a shotgun. Watch out.
I know, right? It feels weird.
Paramount.
I had this
Spyglass.
There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history.
Hey.
This isn't like any other Ghostface.
What is this place?
A shrine.
Kirby's back.
We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gale. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Guys?
It's your boy Pug.
Yeah.
Also, I saw Freddy Krueger in there somewhere. So I will say that this trailer was kind of weirdly edited. Like the audio specifically, I noticed was kind of like, that's kind of weird. But I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, you know what you're getting with the Scream movies, right? Like it's it's the same shit done over and over again, but just in a slightly different way. Like it'll just be a fun like thing though to check out and watch. But yeah, I don't know. It's the thing that threw me off was just the editing of this trailer. I was kind of like, but I like seeing Kirby again. She was in the fourth movie, I think, and it's kind of weird not having you know the biggest thing that this movie has going against it is the fact that uh Sydney's not going to be in it, right?
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
I'm not a big Scream guy. Like I like it fine, so it's not like I'm super excited for it or anything. But I'll probably check it out. I'll probably watch it in a group type of deal. It's not a type of thing I'll go and see on my own. Really. But like you said, like it's weird not having Sydney in it because she's been in all of them.
Yeah, like dude, that's the biggest thing with this movie is just how they disrespected Neve Campbell, man.
Yeah, they really did. That feels kind of shitty.
Like she is your franchise, and you're not paying her to be in the like what she's due. Like that's fucked up, man.
Especially because they're gonna make bank anyway. Like, why can't you pay your stars? It's greed, man.
Yeah, your main character of your franchise. You're not gonna. Oh man, that's crazy. That's nuts. But anyway, the movie itself looks fine. I mean, I don't know, whatever. I will end up checking it out, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, the other trailer we have is one that like I said, dropped earlier today. So I definitely haven't seen this. We'll be watching it here now, and it's the new trailer for Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So let's check it out. This is a 2-minute, 30-second trailer, and I can already tell there's a trailer before the trailer deal, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Like I started playing and I paused. I'm like, okay, I know that stupid little music before every trailer. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off. Let's do it.
Oh, we got him now. You know what? I'm thinking there are probably sharper stairs somewhere else.
We're thieves, but we help the wrong person steal the wrong thing and unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known.
Oh, shit.
The Red Wizards created an army of the undead.
Sounds lovely.
Quite the opposite.
We're doing undead.
I find irony is a blade that cuts he who wields it most especially.
You're not a lot of fun, are you? How are we gonna pull this off?
We're gonna need a team.
Follow me to the orifice. The orifice?
Okay.
I'll go last.
Oh, what the fuck?
He missed.
Oh, that's not good.
Not the dragon.
take a failing. We could die.
There's worse things than dying. I lost everything that ever mattered to me. And if we quit now, that's for nothing.
I don't want to see you die, which is why I'm going to leave the room.
This ends now.
The bridge is protected by an ancient trap. We must not trigger the mechanism.
I may have triggered the mechanism. So, sorry.
Okay, so that's the new trailer for D&D Honor Among Thieves. What do you think, Josh? I know you had a little comment in there about the undead being used. So
Well, that's just because I'm tired of undead. I'm just a little tired of it. I was like, oh, can't they swap it up and do something else? But they're a good bad guy. I mean, the trailer feels like D&D. It looks like a silly, goofy time. Like, it looks like a popcorn movie. Like, it's not meant to win awards or anything. I don't think it's what it's banking on is the name D&D, which, let's be real, in the last few weeks, ain't looking real hot right now. But we're not gonna go into that. But I think the movie looks like a fun little summer popcorn movie. What do you think?
Yeah.
How about you, DT?
No, yeah, it honestly looks super goofy. It's super, fun. Yeah, just I'm definitely want to check out this group of misfits together, going on an adventure,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it looks like it's gonna be. I know that they're definitely like what's his name, Chris Pine, like months ago was talking about how, like, they were definitely not being too serious with it, and just making the humor be like a big part of it, because that's kind of what
What happens at the
D&D is,
table?
right?
Yeah, it's what happens at the table. Like, everybody goes to this hardcore No, it's not. It's not hardcore fantasy. Have you ever played D&D and sat at a table? Like, anybody that says that? It is almost always, like, there's serious moments, yeah? But it's everybody cracking jokes and laughing with each other and having a good time. That's what it's all about. And that's kind of what that movie feels like. They look like they had a good time doing it.
Yeah. One of the comments of the trailer is like, you know what this movie really needs? A perpetual and irrevocable OGL. Talking about the fucking OGL again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like Josh said, we're not gonna get into that because
it's so complicated.
I was actually gonna put it in the notes so we could talk about it, but there's like so much information out there right now that I'm like, I'm just gonna wait till more like there's more clarity on that, because right now I wouldn't even know where to like start to get on.
That's the thing, is like, I like tabletop RPGs. I was fixed to say D&D because we call everything D&D, and that's what Hasbro wants you to do, right? There's a lot. I'm so into tabletop things, but I don't feel like I have enough knowledge to really speak on it in an educated way, other than the show we did a few weeks ago where we read through some of the Alexandrian stuff. Like, I would love to talk about it. I'm just not educated enough to really speak on it. I wish I was. I wish I could talk about it in a way that was like, man, all I can tell, I can give you like a half. It seems fucked up, but that doesn't tell you much, I would love to speak on it, but just not comfortable enough with my level of knowledge to talk about it. Really?
Yeah, I got you.
Because that's all legal stuff and
legal jargon.
It's a lot. There's a lot of. If you guys want to talk about it, go out there and read about it. There's tons of information out there. Watch some YouTube videos. Watch the Legal Eagle video. Even though I don't think he specifically covers some of the stuff that's important. But yeah, That's all we're gonna say on that. DT, is there any other movie news out there? Or is
That's
that
our
it?
news for the week, man. So if you want to, we need to take a quick break, or you just want to move into the main topic, or what's up?
We can move right along. I don't really need a break at the moment. I don't think. If you're
All right,
good to
well,
go,
then let's head on into Secret Invasion, then, dude. Let's do it.
let's do it. No break today, guys. We're just gonna keep right on rolling. All right, DT.
All right. So
we've only done
you
this once
guys-
before, and I don't remember how we did it.
So you guys are here because you clicked on, probably, I would imagine, as you would with any other week, the title of this episode, which is Marvel Comics Secret Invasion. That's what we're talking about this week. As we mentioned at the top of the show, this is one that we had been trying to do for a while now, but we just hadn't been able to. We just haven't had we were just busy there at the end of the last year, like the end of the year, holiday season time usually always gets kind of busy, and just there's things that happen where you kind of or things that pop up where you kind of just can't do everything you want to do. But anyway, we finally got to it now to start off the year. And I love reading comics. I love getting into that kind of stuff. So I'm glad we finally got to read it, because we got the show coming out later this year. I don't even know if it has a release date or anything, but we'll definitely be talking about the show when that comes out. So we can kind of compare the two, kind of like how we did last year with like when we did the movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, and we kind of read the Thor comic run of that as well, with the Mighty Thor and all that. So we'll be doing that kind of the same with this year as well. But yeah, we finally read it. And yeah, there was 8 issues for this particular run. It takes place after or post Civil War in the in the storyline of the comics. And it was released, I believe, in the late. I want to say the late 2000s, like 2008, or maybe even 2010. I don't remember, but I think it was 2008. Was Secret Invasion. And like I said, it was an 8-issue run, and we over the past week we're getting to read these. So Josh, Secret Invasion, 2008, Marvel Comics. What'd you think? We can kind of get into the details of each issue here in a little bit, but overall, what'd you think?
Overall, I like it. I liked it. I had a good time going through the comics. I did a comic a day, except for a couple days where I had to do like a doubles to make sure I read enough in time. At first, I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this art. And then I think they dropped a big splash page in issue 1. And I was like, okay, I like this art. This art's good. This is good art. Because it took me a little bit to get a little bit. I don't read a lot of comics anyway, right? Like I don't have time, and usually, and so I don't even know what good comic art is really, for the most part. I can tell when a face looks goofy or kind of something if it's like really bad, but for the most part, I didn't really see good art until like that splash page dropped, and I was like, yep, that's good. That's good art. But overall, I had a good time reading the comics. Going through, like, it's kind of hard because I try really hard to limit myself because I don't want to binge read, mostly because I have a hard time staying focused on one thing for any long amount of time, right? Like, so if I'm sitting there doing like trying to do 8 issues. I'm probably not gonna end up doing like 8 issues. I want to end up doing like 2.5 issues, getting focused on something else, and then forgetting to come back and finish it. Right. So I try to do one a day. That way I can kind of feed in, get it absorbed into my brain a little bit more. My ADHD brain that has a hard time focusing on things. But yeah, overall, I had a good time with the comics. How about you, DT? How did you feel?
No, I enjoyed it. Like, one of my favorite things reading, like, whenever we're reading something that we know is gonna get adapted or maybe has the potential to be adapted,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like really fascinated, like how they're gonna turn this into live action. Because as I was reading this, I'm like, man, of course, in comics you can have any character show up at any point of time because it's comics, right? You can
Yeah.
have whoever the fuck you want to be in it, be in it. So I was like, man, I really wonder how they're gonna do this because obviously in the MCU, this is getting adapted, but it's gonna be very, it's gonna be different, right? Like there are certain characters in the show that you just can't have because they're not in the MCU unless they introduce them, right? Like, but then there are other ones that you definitely can't have in there. Like it just, I don't know. I always like really that kind of stuff always uh really intrigues me whenever we're gonna you know do that stuff. So um yeah, that's some of my favorites. And yeah, no, I did appreciate the art. I did. There was some really cool like panels, shots, and like we'll get to some of the details of that once we get into like the details of the comics and stuff. But like, or is each specific issue is what I meant to say. But there was also like a lot of cool covers. Like the first cover, I think is just like all of them as like scrolls, right? Like you got like Tony and like Cap and whoever else is like a scroll, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff was really cool. Um, but yeah, if you wanna get into some some specifics into each issue, we can go ahead and do that because I definitely took notes on each issue as I was reading them.
I have notes, but most of my notes are like, that's some cool art. Like I really should have probably wrote more details to my notes.
So so we can get into that. So issue 1, I really like the cool cover art with the scrolls. I thought that was pretty dope. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know if you can throw it up maybe or something, but
Let
that
me
that
see if
one's
I can
pretty
find it.
cool. That was pretty neat. That first cover there. You have like Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Spider-Woman, Wolverine, and I want to say that's who is that? That's supposed to be. I can't tell who that is, but those are like the main ones you can see. I don't know. I kind of like it. Like
Oh, here
it's
we
just
go.
them as like scrolls,
I gotta. There we go. Yeah. There we go. That's it. Let me zoom in here, you guys.
There it is. Yeah, look at that.
Let me see if I
Very
can
cool.
get that a little bigger. The
So yeah,
internet
I
is not
liked
one to work the best right now.
I like the cover. Oh, it was a redo of the New Avengers issue number 1. Okay, I'll check that out. Let me see. Let's see. Ah, yeah, look at that. It is basically, yeah. Huh. Some
Ah!
slight some slight differences to it, but yeah, basically the same shit. Very cool.
Here we go. So this is, where did my OBS go? This is Secret Invasion, right? Right here. And then this is the New Avengers. Oh, we lost DT's cam. I don't know what happened. Pretty good. Oh, we lost DT. I don't know what happened. Uh-oh. This is where I fill time until DT comes back. I don't know what happened. Maybe DT's power went out again? That happened last night when we were doing some Discord things, maybe. Or internet could have dropped. Daniel got replaced by a scroll. It's true. He did. Be here. Find a photo of a scroll that I can put over until he comes back. Yeah, you know what's funny? We've done what is it? We've done 146 episodes, right? I don't think we've ever just like random. I don't think we've ever lost Daniel, like just randomly getting disconnected. Was there any characters that you weren't familiar with that stood out to you? I was trying to figure out who Ares was. I was like, he's got the Punisher skull on his chest, so I was like, I know they said his name, but I was like, why has he got a T-shirt on with that on there? Hey, welcome back. Let me slot you in. Get you over here.
All right.
It's okay, guys. Shit happens.
So
Trying to get your camera back on, but it's not wanting to come on.
Oh, hold on. I think I may know why.
Okay.
Is it good now or not yet?
No. We might have to restart guest star. Oh wait. Now I see you. Hey.
Okay.
Let me send you to stream.
There it is.
He's back. My
I'm
buddy.
back. So you guys might be wondering what the hell happened. So my computer restarted again because it's been doing that again lately. I thought this was an issue that was going to be over, but apparently not, because it's been restarting a lot randomly. And as you can see, I never know when it's going to happen. So it just happens randomly, and it happened right now in the middle of the show. So that's
It
great.
happens.
But yeah, so we're back now. Anyway, so where were we? What were we talking about?
We were
Issue
comparing
number 1.
covers. We were comparing issue 1 covers. That's what was happening.
Yeah, so
Because we had this one.
That the issue number 1 of Secret Invasion is like New Avengers 2004. If you look that up, New Avengers number 1 2004.
Here's what it is.
It's like basically the same thing. Just pretty cool, I have to say.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't know that, but it's cool.
I didn't know it either until Majin was like, "Yo, it's basically that." I was like, "Oh, yeah, look at that." It's like slightly different, but it's like basically the same thing, which is pretty dope. But yeah, that was like my first thing of note is like that's a cool cover. But yeah, we can get into the issue now if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk about like details and stuff. So the first thing that I thought was kind of like interesting was that the first actual character Like the first actual hero that we see affected by the scrolls is Elektra. She's the first like scrolled out,
Yep.
one that we see. Um, so yeah, Elektra was the first one event affected, and then we kind of got like Tony Stark, you know, knowing about you know the scrolls and he's trying to figure out like who is and isn't affected, because at this point, like there isn't really a way to tell who's who, and everybody's just trying to figure out like, oh shit, like can you be trusted? Can this person be trusted? So he's over there with Reed Richards and Hank Pym, and he's like, we gotta get to the bottom of this. We're like some of the smartest dudes in the Marvel universe, so we gotta figure this out. But even then, he's like, he doesn't even know if he can. He doesn't even know if him, Reed, or Hank are scrolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of get like introduced to like the several teams. So we got like the Secret Avengers, which is like Wolverine, Echo, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Ronin, and Spider Man. Then you got like the Mighty Avengers. You got the Sentry, Wonder Man, Iron Man, Miss Marvel. So what do you think of like just these like teams that we got set up, right? Because obviously, they're set up from previous comic stuff, but this is kind of what we got together at this point.
Um. Yeah,
It's
they're
just
pretty.
interesting group of characters, I think.
Yeah. They're pretty cool, right? Because it's some characters that I don't know a lot about. Um, I don't know a lot about Spider Woman, for example. Um, the Ares. I was trying to figure out like who he was at first until they said his name. At one point. Uh, it's cool that they got like a lot of characters that I'm not familiar with Wonder Man at all, right? Or Sentry. For the most part, so it's cool to see heroes I don't know a lot about. I guess
Yeah.
is what I'm getting
The
at.
the cool thing is we're gonna be getting some of these characters in the MCU here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like Echo, obviously we already have because she was in Hawkeye. She's getting her own show. Uh, Wonder Man we know is getting his own. He's gonna be coming pretty soon too. Um, and then in this, Miss Marvel is played by Carol, or is Carol Danvers, not
Mm-hmm.
uh Kamala, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's also because Captain Marvel's also in this, and he's a dude. So this is before that change. Um, but yeah, but basically, shit's that this is the point where shit starts getting out of hand because the peak, which is Sword headquarters, gets blown up, and then the alien virus gets detected everywhere, and like we're going from like place to place, and it keeps getting detected. So we got like the raft, and we see some interesting stuff going on there with like Doctor Doom, and then we got the Thunderbolts with Norman Osborn and his crew there, and then we have Scroll Sue Storm invade the Baxter building, and like you can tell that some of the other Fantastic Four, like I believe it's Ben and Johnny, and then the Sue and Reed's kids are there. They're kind of like, wait a minute, Sue's kind of acting a little weird here. She kind of basically like ignores them, as she goes into the scroll. Sue goes into the Baxter building, and then fucking negative zone, dude. Negative zone happens, and then like the big moment at the end of this comic is like Scroll Hank shoots Reed, right? And you're like, oh fuck, like we're
Yeah.
like oh shit. That's how they end issue number 1, dude. You're like, fuck. That's why shit like that is like I can't I can't just read one issue at a time. Dude. I gotta get to the next one, man. I gotta know what happens next, dude.
Well, what's funny is I read the first 3 together, so I didn't have to wait on that little hook. So for some of my notes on issue 1, it's all art notes, which is why I'm kind of popping in here because you get to the end of issue 1. I wrote down on page 30. I like the art of half flamed on Johnny from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I wish I could. I don't know what's okay to show on stream, so I'm not gonna show like art from the book, guys. Unless it's like cover art. I wish I could show stuff because a lot of this, my notes are. I like this art on this page, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to like get in trouble. I don't know what's okay. On page 33, I wrote, "What the fuck? That's a lot of heroes." And on page 36, damn, Reed got gooped art is creepy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. For real.
So that's
funny.
Those are my notes for issue 1. I did really bad with my notes, but they're funny. Yeah. And it is creepy. Look at it. If you guys can look, gooped Reed Richards. If this shows up on Google, I'll show it. But it's some fucking terrible. No, it doesn't show it, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it looks just. And when I say it looks terrible, I don't mean the art's bad. I mean it's fucking creepy looking and disturbing.
Yeah, because he's all stretchy and shit, you know? It's like,
mm-hmm.
The hell's up
I'm
with
like, I was like, what the fuck? Did they kill Reed? I'm like, it's comic book, right? So anybody can die and come back. I'm never worried if somebody dies, you know? It's like a fucking soap opera. Nobody stays dead. But I was like, that's just it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. Just terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
It's terrible, ways. Oh, here it is. I found it. I'll show this just really quick on stream for you guys, but look at this. Tell me that is not a shot out of the Thing. That's terrible. That looks just that's horrible.
Yeah, that's funny looking, man. But also, yeah, like what the hell's going on there?
I don't know. It's just.
That's funny.
It looks awful. I was like, that's disturbing. Yeah, I really did think of the Thing when I saw it.
But yeah, that's basically the end of issue 1. And then we start off issue 2. We're in the Savage Lands. We got 2 teams of heroes. They're like, who's who can we trust, kind of deal. Which what an interesting fucking backdrop the Savage Lands is, huh? Like that's crazy. As I was reading this, I'm like, man, we got all these people in this one spot, and the setting is the fucking Savage Lands. We got dinosaurs and all kinds of shit here going on. Fucking crazy. We got Ronan testing Mockingbird after Luke and Luke Cage and Logan find the Skrull Spider-Man, and then Mockingbird finds like the Skrull Hawkeye or whatever, and he kind of tests her with knowledge that only the real Mockingbird would know, to kind of because you gotta try to find a way to figure out who's who, right? Like you don't know who to trust.
I even wrote that down. I think I said, no one trusts anyone.
No, I mean, how
in all
could
caps.
You, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I wrote down some quotes from one of the later issues that I thought was like, yo, that's nuts. Like this is crazy. But yeah, you got the Young Avengers seeing the Baxter building just collapse in New York and shit. And then like the yeah, that's the issue 2 cover right there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Then you got like the biggest thing is like the full on invasion of the Skrulls just invading New York in this episode, right? Like at the end there, they just like they're here and they're invading. And that's really like all I had note wise for issue 2. Like it was like out of all of them, probably the least amount of notes I took was issue 2.
I have some. I
Go for
have
it.
page 3 is just good art. I love it. Page 3, same as page 5, same as page 3, except now we fighting. And then page 11, I laugh at the total comic book line. I've been infected with what I must assume is an alien virus. Which just, it cracked me up that it's just like, I have been infected with what I must assume is an alien virus. I'm like, oh, that's such a comic book line. Nobody talks like that. It's just so funny. Oh no, we lost DT again. Why? What's no? I don't know why. Oh no. Bro. Oh no. I also have page 19 is a great fucking art, just for you guys that are still watching while we wait for. I assume DT's PC restarted again. It's having some technical issues, and it's gotten like it never happens on the show, but it seems to have happened twice today. Unfortunate. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to get that fixed for him. Damn Skrulls. Yeah, they don't like us talking about them. It's whenever we're doing something fun too that we want to do, like comics. Let's see if I can find some art for those pages though. Just to do like a quick splash here, maybe. Oh, here's one. I think this is from issue 3, maybe. That is the wrong button. Like, I really like this shot. Also, Ronan just looks dope back here. Check him out. Looks so fucking cool. And the reason I was confused about Ares Majin, if you're still here, is like he's got the skull on his chest. I thought it was like he looks like the Punisher. Oh, welcome back, DT. Oh, he must be getting back in Discord. His camera's still on. Does he know his camera's on? Hey, DT, your camera's on, by the way. I don't know if you can hear me. I won't turn your... I can't hear you. Oh, you're getting in. I see you. Hello.
There we go. Hello. I know my camera was on, but
I just wanted to make sure you knew.
No, yeah. It's something that the camera, I have to manually do it, so I
gotcha.
know that's on. But I have to wait for Discord to reopen for,
I gotcha.
for audio, so I was just waiting on that.
I gotcha.
But yeah, anyway, guess what happened again?
It restarted.
Yes, so anyway. Yeah, apologies guys. My computer's just crapping out, dude. I don't know. Which is very frustrating, but we will continue forward. So we're talking about issue number 2. And Josh
Yeah.
was kind of talking about like the alien virus line.
Yeah. It was cracking me up.
Funny, yeah.
I've been infected with what I must assume is an alien virus.
I have to rebuild it from scratch.
It just made me laugh. Imagine you live in a world where you're just like, oh no, we lost him again immediately. Oh, guys, we may not be able to finish this. What the fuck is going on? I mean, I know what's going on. We'll see what DT wants to do when he comes back. Because we can't really do a show if this is gonna keep happening. And I don't want him to be stressed out about it either, even though I know he's gonna be stressed out about it. I don't want to like put a lot of pressure on him, is what I'm trying to say. In a very bad way. This may be something that we have to do like a follow-up thing on. Yeah. Oof. What issue are we on? Issue 3? I'm just trying to see if there's more art we can look at while we wait. That's okay to look at on stream. It could be Majin. Because like it's not like it's not like he's doing anything that would generate a lot of heat. You know what I mean? So it makes me think that it would be that because the paste is just worn off and just that running's getting hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you're correct. The good news is that we've narrowed it down and we know it's not a GPU issue, which is nice. It's like it's gotta be that. Is it Lionel or Lionel? I don't know how to say that first name. Oh, I think we're coming back. Oh, I heard a noise. DT, is that you? Are you there?
Hello.
I don't know how to pronounce the name. Hi.
We back. We good.
We're back. We're good. You want to keep going, or you want to call early and reconvene?
I would like to. No, I would like to keep going. We got to get through this, man. We're still in issue number 2, man.
I know that, but we're not gonna get very far if you keep restarting, my man. I don't want to put pressure on you, is all. We can keep rolling. If that's what you want to do. Let's move on to issue 3.
No, we got to get through it, man. Yeah. So issue number 3. Try to get through this, I guess, as quickly as possible because my computer is just crapping out on me, man. I don't know what to do if this thing keeps fucking restarting. It's getting real bad, man. You started what 3 times within the last couple minutes?
Yeah, I have that, and it's never happened on the show before either. It's like the weird thing.
No, it's the first time.
All right, let's move in.
Anyway,
let's move. Let's
so issue number 3, helicarrier stuck in the Bermuda Triangle. Maria Hill's like, where the hell are we? Let's figure it out, right? Let's go old school and try to find out where the hell we are. And then we have Skrull Jarvis arrived there asking for their surrender. Meanwhile, over in Camp Hammond, you got the training camp, which is the training camp for the newly registered heroes of the initiative. We got the young Avengers engaging the Skrull invaders in Times Square over in New York. One line that had me cracking up throughout all of this as I was reading it was when somebody's like, there are like 80,000 superheroes in New York. Where is everybody when you need them? You know, kind of. I thought that was funny because it's so true. Like in Marvel, damn near every character is based in New York, right?
Right, true.
So it's like every time we watch like a movie or like a show or something where it's like takes place in New York, I'm like, go call this person. They're here somewhere in the city. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I got you.
So, yeah. So that really cracked me up. I was like, yep, that's so true, man. Like that they're just bringing that up again. Um. So the initiative arrives to help them. Meanwhile, in the Savage Lands, Echo spots Spider Woman. Scroll Spider Woman finds Tony and reveals that she is the Scroll Queen in disguise as Spider Woman, and she like basically thanks him, calling him like basically the best sleeper agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
That for the Scroll Empire or whatever. So, yeah.
All right. My notes consist of nice art of Venom on page 5. Page 7, more art. That's good. Page 15, I have Tony Stark, a scroll? Question mark, exclamation point. And then on page 17, I have Sam Kinison, which is just random. But because I was looking at the art, and I wish Majin was here. He's AFK from chat right now. But damn it, I wish he hadn't gone AFK, because I was going to ask him, is Sam Kinison alive in the Marvel Universe? Because this is, I don't know what year this book takes place in. But Sam Kinison is alive in the Marvel Universe, I guess? Because he's on one of the marquees in the back of the art there. His name's written up on it. I was like, say what? No, he shouldn't be. And no, he shouldn't be alive. Yeah, why is he alive, Majin? Is Sam Kinison a scroll? And I was like, this is one of those things that I was like, I'm probably the only moron that noticed this stupid thing. But yeah, that's kind of what I have written down. For issue 3. We can move on to issue 4 if you want.
Well, before we do the end of that issue, you know, the Skrulls are like killing people like Vision and shit, and then they start like executing people on live TV and shit. But then Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos arrive at the end of the issue, and you're like, fuck, what's gonna happen next, you know? But that's issue 3. Yeah, we move on to issue 4. And there's a lot of crazy this is one where I like started like writing down some of the dialogue here because I'm like,
I love this cover, by the way. This cover's great.
This shit is nuts. So the Skrulls are like making everybody turn against each other, and there's like some really cool lines in here, like in a war, in a fight, you have to be able to trust the one next to you. They need to trust each other, and now they can't. Up is down, black is white. Friends are enemies, and enemies are friends. And with that comes pause. That means they can't trust each other anymore. Tough decisions will be made by people who can make those kind of decisions. Imagine wanting to fight for or just hold the one you love, and yet not knowing if it's really them. So I just thought that all that thing, I was like, yo, that's crazy, dude. Like, that's so good. But yeah, in the Savage Lands, nobody trusts each other. Natasha kind of overhears the conversation between the Queen Scroll and Tony. And then she pops him with some adrenaline to get him, you know, back up and ready going. Wolverine joins them, and then kind of, you know, Tony is like telling Natasha that they need to find Reed, right? Because he's the one that'll
He's the
figure
key to
this
all
out.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
I need his big brain.
And then like at the end, you're like, Thor? Like what?
Yeah. I wrote down Yeah, baby Thor's here. That's what I wrote down.
yeah, baby. It's fucking Thor.
Because his entrance is fucking dope. I was like, it's pretty cool. And then my other notes are just, here's some more great art that I can't show on stream, really.
Bashin.
Thor, welcome back, baby. Hey, Majin, who's the dude in the back with the lightning? Because he looks like a ninja from Naruto with the headband. Yeah, on this cover. You probably know. I probably know, and I'm just too dumb to realize it. You'd have to see him again. He's right here. This guy. Who this?
Bro, isn't that your boy Kakashi?
Oh, it's Wiccan. Got you. Okay. I know who Wiccan is. Got it. They just look like a fucking ninja from Naruto in this art. I was
dude, like I
confused.
said, that's just your boy Kakashi, dude. He's just chilling, man. He's chilling with the Avengers for once.
I got you.
Anyway,
what's
issue number
next?
5. We're on Thunderbolt Mountain. Norman Osborn talking to Captain Marvel. He gets a little upset and flies away. Tells his guys to get the Thunderbolts Alpha Team ready for war. And all over the world. And then, like, at this point, all over the world, we see images of like so many famous people, and they're like saying like scroll shit, right? Like scroll propaganda, basically. And that's just funny, like spotting all the people, you know, like they got like Obama in one panel, they got like this person and that person, and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny, you know. Just trying to like figure out and guess like who's, who you can spot and who you recognize throughout all that. Like, I think they got like Steve Jobs in there, like Stephen Colbert, and like just I want to say Namor is in one of them. And then like I thought I saw one dude that looked like Tom Cruise, but I don't fucking know, dude. Like, there's a lot of people in there. Like maybe Putin was in there. I don't know. There's the point is there's a lot of Dalai Lama. There's a lot of people in there that you're gonna have to like. Oh, that's what that could be. Oh well, yeah. That's yeah. I can see. I can see why. I can see why they tried to change the name. Then yeah. Yeah, and also again, I'm looking at the image again where there's all the people on there. Fucking Cartman from South Park is in the background.
Yes! Yeah.
One of them.
I saw that too.
Oh, that's funny. Dr. Doom's in there, but yeah, no, it's a lot of faces, a lot of people. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hilarious. And then in one of the more cooler badass moments of its entire comic run, I think, we got Agent Abigail Brand, director of Sword, over here finding some scrolls, and she started blasting.
Start blasting.
Telling them to evacuate their ship. She finds Reed. He's kind of pissed off and furious because he's like, he doesn't know if she's, a scroll too. And, he's like, I know what we need though. And then we go back to the helicarrier. And then Maria Hill gets, executed by the scrolls. But throughout all of this, it's revealed that it was kind of like a fake Maria Hill. She's like, I'm gonna make a t-shirt on it.
Yeah, t-shirt.
I'm gonna get a shirt on it that says Nick Fury was right or whatever.
That was like, oh, that's so cheesy.
Yeah, that's so corny, but it's like, yeah, all right. It's like, all right, Maria, you got him. Yeah, smart him. That's cool. And she kind of starts a self-destruct sequence on the helicarrier and just dips up out of there, man.
She's pretty badass though. I was like, Maria Hill's fucking dope, man.
Yeah.
I think, it's in my notes. 2 of my notes is Reed has seen better days because he's all stretched out in that fucking torture room or whatever. And then on page 13, I had Maria Hill's a badass.
So then Reed tests Abigail to, she's not a Skrull, obviously. And then Captain Marvel kind of shows up and while they head back to Earth in the Savage Lands, you got the hero groups meeting up each other again. Emma Frost is out here trying to read minds because like I can determine who's who. People trying to leave, but then Sue Storm's like, nah, man, ain't nobody going anywhere. We're gonna stay here and you know find out who's who. And then speaking of finding out who's who, Reed Richards has his device weapon thing, and he reveals the fakes. And Clint Barton is pissed off.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, though. I think he's mad as hell. He's like, this doesn't end until every last one of them dies. You hear me? Every fucking last one of them. And I was like, yeah, Clint, I'm with you here, brother.
I wrote down, bro, Clint wastes his scroll wife. God damn. And then I wrote, Clint says they all die. God damn, still cold. It's a great moment.
Nah, you don't you don't do that. You don't do that to somebody. Come on, man.
No, that's dirty.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
He's like, they die. All of them die.
Every
like,
fucking last one of them.
I was like, my boy Clint's a badass.
Nah, he ain't fucking around. But yeah. Anything else for you to add on issue 5 there?
I don't think so.
All right. Issue number 6. We got Marvel Boy and Skrull Captain Marvel. Lots of fighting going on in San Francisco, Adelan, Wakanda, Israel, etc. Fighting going everywhere, all over the planet. It's basically just to show you, like, the invasion of the Skrulls is happening all over the damn place. We got Nick Fury, the Secret Warriors, the Young Avengers, whatever's left of the Initiative, fighting back the Skrull invasion. And then, like, the Hood and his syndicate of criminals are looking on, trying to figure out, like, yo, like, when do we get involved into this? Who's who? Like, who do we fight? Do we fight them both? Which I thought was kind of funny. And then, what a badass entrance by Thor here. Like, what a dope ass entrance. He's like, in each panel that they show him in, he looks so cool. And then he's like, who are you supposed to be? And I thought that was so cool, dude. And he's like talking to Cap, I think. And meanwhile, all this is happening. You got the Thunderbolts fighting, and then Venom is like, yo, I want to Spider-Man's right there, dude. Let me get Spider-Man. And Norman's like, you motherfucker, the Skrulls are over there. That's who we're fighting. Focus, dude. The Skrulls. Leave Spider-Man alone. We'll fight him another day.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Venom just wants to get Spidey, but Norman's like, nah, man. So Reed's a smart motherfucker, man. He reveals to the Skrulls and everyone else that he knows how to make it a fair fight, and he pulls out his weapon. And then to end the issue, we get an absolute sick ass Avengers Assemble moment where the art is awesome. Yeah, obviously, Majin, it's a big deal because Norman also hates Spider-Man, but he in that moment he realizes, like, dude, fucking leave Spider-Man alone, bro. We got bigger fish to fry right now, like, So yeah. But that's a sick ass Avengers Assemble moment, man. I don't know if you guys could see that. I mean, look it up if you don't know what we're talking about. It's issue 6, Secret Invasion, fucking end of the issue, basically. Avengers Assemble. You got like everybody there. You got like Cassie Lang. You got like Ares, Nick Fury and the Commandos, Iron Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, like, the Hood and all his, villains, and, the Thunderbolts, and like everybody's there, dude. Vision, like, it's so cool. It's so cool. Kate Bishop, like, oh man, so many people, man. It's such a cool ass fucking Avengers Assemble moment there at the end. And yeah, the art in it is awesome because you got all these different characters just intermingled and intertwined, all fighting either against each other or with each other against the Skrulls, and it's fucking awesome.
I think it's this art, right? Is it this art? Is it this one?
Yes.
Is it this page?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Like Avengers, assemble. And then it's so cool, man. Look at that. Oh, so good.
I found this on Google.
Nice.
Don't take me down, Twitch. It's on Google, damn it. It's free out there for people. It's a cool shot.
Yeah. It really is. And then on the next panel, they're just fighting and everything. It's so cool, man.
Look at Nick Fury with his giant fucking cannon.
Right? That thing's huge.
Meanwhile, we have the toddler over here. Look. Ares is pretty dope.
Yeah,
looking.
Ares is pretty cool.
It's good art. It's good art.
Yeah, those are my notes on that issue. Pretty good. I very much enjoyed this issue.
My notes on this issue are Skrull Marvel turns to the good side on page 4. And then the rest of it's just the art. So those are my only notes for that issue. Not very much. So we can move on to issue 7. Oh, I have a lot of notes for issue 7. They're one-liners.
So the heroes and villains fight it together to defend their home from the invading Skrulls. The Wasp finds Hank. They kind of get into it. Then Cassie gets in there and gets a hit on him. Reed gets attacked by Skrull Sue. And then I thought it was funny. Nick Fury's like telling his commandos, "Save the Rubber Man." That shit was so good. I love that. Save the Rubber Man. And then fucking Spider-Man mentioning Uatu, the Watcher.
Yes.
He's like, oh, stuff isn't that bad if he isn't around because he only shows up when truly insane stuff happens. And then he fucking shows up on the
He's
next
like there in the
page.
back. Fucking huge.
That shit was so good, dude.
It's like, way to go.
Stuff like that, like I could totally see like in a movie or like a TV show or something happening. Like, it's so good, dude.
Uatu? Who? Who's Uatu? The Watcher. He only shows up when really big things happen. Really bad things happen.
When truly insane stuff happens.
Yeah,
And there he is. He's like, oh, come on.
I was like, oh, come on. That's pretty funny.
And then like Jessica Jones sees what's happening and she wants to help the fight. And she's like leaving the baby with Jarvis. Ronan out here shooting arrows, hitting the Skrull Queen in the face. And then it's revealed that Jarvis is a Skrull. And he's like talking to the baby as if she's a fucking adult. Like, this is why your race needs to submit.
Why they will lose.
And this is why, you guys need to accept the fucking change and all that. And this baby's just crying and shit. And then, like, at the end of the issue, Janet is kind of like turned into like a chemical bomb.
Yeah.
The Skrulls planted her with it was like a toxin that they use with the fake Hank that only he could trigger, and then he like kind of triggers it with his like dying breath, basically. And you're like, fuck. Well,
we said this months ago.
Yeah, right. That's kind of like, and that's kind of where issue 7 kind of leaves off, right? And you're like, damn.
Yeah. I have immediate giant art on page 3. Just loving the art on page 8. Page 10. Is that Howard the Duck with a pistol? I wrote down because there's a panel in the bottom. It's Howard the Duck with a pistol. He's fighting too. He's there.
He's in it, man.
Page 12. Careful what you say, Spider-Man. Uatu is here.
Dude, that was like hilarious moment. He only shows up when truly insane stuff happens, and there he is in the fucking. Too good.
Page 16. Good. I wrote down "Damn Novar," which I believe is the Skrull Marvel. That shows up, and he drops some badass lines. I think, as long as I'm not getting that confused.
I tell you, invading hordes, that this fight is over.
Yeah. Page 17, more great art. Page 18, Clint has a bow again. Fuck yeah, baby. I wrote down. Yep. And then page 19, I wrote down, hell of a shot. Yeah.
Yep, hell of a shot. Right through her cheek, through her fucking mouth.
I was like, my boy. The fucking Clint's a badass in the secret invasion shit. Like, really is.
Yeah.
All right.
And
That's all I
then
have.
The final issue number 8. Yeah, so it's revealed that the Wasp is being used as kind of like a biological weapon that was kind of like a last resort contingency by the Skrulls, and they got her with the growth. They infected the growth formula that she uses to, turn into, to get bigger and whatnot. So, um, one of the lines though that was like, oh man, that's like you can like it hits you, like
Mhm.
they did a good job at this. Is when fucking Thor is like, "I will avenge thee, fair Janet." You're like,
Oh
"Oh,
no! I
oh,
was like,
dude,
oh
oh, Thor, oh, Thor."
yeah.
But everybody's pissed off because they're killing off a OG founder of the Avengers, right?
Hmm.
And so yeah, it's everybody's kind of like, you done went too far with this one. Um,
Yeah.
and
Page 5, I wrote, bye, Janet. Page 6, I wrote, they're pissed. Great art.
yeah, everybody's pissed off, and you just as Logan's going in for the kill, fucking guess who steps in and takes it in front of the world, man. One person got the kill shot, and it was fucking Norman Osborn with the world watching,
A shot seen
proclaiming,
around the world.
proclaiming that the Thunderbolts leave no loose ends. And then you got the Skrulls fleeing, and Tony and the others are going up to take prisoners and scan ships and stuff, and he's able to override their, tech and whatnot. And the Hood and the villains are like, "Yo, we're done here. We need to slip up out of here and just leave." Meanwhile, Jessica Jones is like flying back home and realizes that that Skrull Jarvis took Danielle, and and then all the OG, like, Spider Woman, Hank Pym, they start returning, and then it's explained why they weren't killed.
Mm.
They needed to be available for the genetic process for the Skrulls to take over.
AKA, we need them in future comics. They gotta be alive.
And then we have the great reunion between Bobby and Clint. And then also Reed and Sue get reunited, and with the kids and Johnny and Ben.
Yeah.
And then like, yo, Thor telling Tony what's up. He's like, "I told you I would never join thy ranks again," and blames him for what happened. And
I wouldn't be surprised if all this is your fault. It's like,
yeah, he's like,
Thor's gold,
he's like, "I'm probably not the only one that thinks that, like, crazy. It's all your fault, Tony." And we get some sad Tony art, and
sad Tony.
yeah, it's like there's like a couple pounds of him. He's like, "Oh man," he's all sad and shit. You could still see the goatee in the underneath all the sadness. And then like the president shuts down Shield, and then like he's talking to somebody, and immediately I knew who it was.
I knew it was too.
Immediately. You're
Yeah.
like, I was like, there's only one person this could be. I know exactly who it is. So the president shuts down Shield, and he's like, under the Thunderbolts initiative grants Norman Osborn basically access to everything that fell under, Shield, and including the Avengers and the 50 state initiative and all that. And he's like denouncing, Stark Tech use by the military, and then like very interesting at the end there, Norman meeting with a table of people, which you got Norman Osborn, Namor, Emma Frost, Doctor Doom, Loki, which is the female Loki in this case.
Yeah.
And then the hood all gathered around the table. And then that's where it ends. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? So I thought that
Uh,
was like an interesting way to end it, because I'm like, what happens next? Like with Norman meeting up with all these guys.
yeah.
But yeah, that was basically my notes. I'm like, damn. But it was really cool though, man. Yeah.
My notes are, oh man, page 3, love the art. Page 5 by Janet. Page 6, they are pissed. Page 10, they are alive, which is the new heroes coming back.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, the old heroes coming back. Page 12, I wrote down, oh no, the baby. Because the baby was going to get kidnapped by evil Scroll Jarvis. Or whatever happened to the baby. Page 14, I wrote down, aw, Clinton Mockingbird. Because there was a nice reunion.
The reunion, yes.
Page 18, I wrote, dang, Thor pissed at Tony. That was cold.
Yeah.
Page 23, I wrote, Dr. Doom. That was for Majin, because I knew he'd be here. That was in my notes, though.
We got Namor, Emma Frost, Doctor Doom, Norman Osborn with his waves, and Loki in the hood. Man, like that's got an interesting group of characters here.
Norman and his waves.
Yeah, Norman and his Widow's Peak waves.
I had a good time with this comics, man.
Secret Invasion. Yeah, I love reading this shit, man, because it's like cool reading it on its own, like for what it is, and like just just getting through, seeing the cool art and the like, dude, the dialogue, some of it was so good and hilarious, and like
I'm infected with what I can only assume is an alien virus.
And then Spider-Man and the Uatu lines crack me up, and just Thor being a savage. Like I told you, I would never join thy ranks again, Tony.
Thor is scary. I'm surprised that all the Clint. I'm surprised that like Clint. I guess he's not in it a lot. I feel like he is though. But he's got some great moments in this series.
He really does, yeah.
Like even if he's not in it a lot, the moments that are in it, you remember. Like they die. All of them are gonna die. We're gonna kill them all. Like and then the reunion with Mockingbird and him getting the bow again because he's Ronin at the start of the series. It's like, oh my god. You got some good moments in this series. I'm glad I didn't realize that when it was like recommended or that we decided to read it. But man, because everybody knows I love Hawkeye. It was just I enjoyed it. It was a good time.
Indeed. Yeah, it was good stuff. I loved it. I'm really curious now to see like who is gonna be or how they're gonna do it in the live action. Like I kind of want to go back and like rewatch the trailer now just to kind of see like because obviously we're not gonna have the same characters, and they're gonna go about it their own way, right? So yeah, I'm really curious what they're gonna do. I think some of the casting is out. Like I think Emilia Clarke is gonna be playing Abigail Brand, so that's cool. I'm excited for that now. Now that I know more of the character,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like really interested to see how they're gonna adapt it. But I love this series. This 8-issue run. I'm really curious where we go next from this. Given the ending with Norman and his little round table there. So yeah, we'll definitely have to follow up on this. Whatever comes next at some point. But I think for our next like comic thing, I want to do something other than Marvel, just so we can kind of mix it up and do something else.
Yeah.
But eventually I do want to come back and see what's next after that, which we'll of course have to consult Majin with on that. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was cool. I really enjoyed it. Apologies if we kind of sped up there a little bit. We just, with me and my computer right now fucking up, you guys saw it happen like 3 times in a row basically earlier.
And then they've been fine since you come back, which is like it was just being temperamental for a minute.
Yeah, but it's like it does that. It's like at times it'll just do it, and then and then the worst is like I don't know when it's gonna happen because it just fucking happens, So that's annoying. That's like really annoying to have to deal with, especially when I keep replacing parts from the PC, and it just like keeps fucking happening. And I'm like I don't know what the fuck to do, because it gets frustrating. It's frustrating, but I don't want to get into all that. We read some cool comics. We got to talk about it a little bit. And we thank you guys for joining us, for hanging out, for listening or watching, however you chose to, partake in this particular episode of the podcast. Get any closing thoughts, Josh, on Marvel's Secret Invasion?
No, I do
Comic run?
not. Not really. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Hello, Paula. You came right as we're fixing to end.
That's true. Yeah.
But no, I had a good time with it. Majin's kind of like the comic guy that we go to when we want to read something, so I'm sure he'll recommend us something. But if there's something out there, guys, that you might want us to check out, make sure to let us know on Twitter or the Discord or whatever. If there's like some sort of little comic run you would like for us to check out, I'm always down to check out things and talk about them on the podcast.
Yeah.
So since we're in, I guess we're gonna end now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to DT. So, DT, you're up on the main screen.
Thank you for watching or listening or however you chose to indulge us in this episode here today. I'm gonna try and finish up Assassin's Creed tomorrow. If my computer will let me. Hopefully I won't have any random restarts or anything like that. But who knows, man? The way it's going, I have no idea what the hell is gonna happen. Frustrating to have to deal with. Like I said, especially because like stuff keeps getting replaced and it just keeps restarting and overheating and this and that. And there's always it seems to be always something, So I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck to do now, But I'm gonna try to finish up Assassin's Creed tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be back next week. I think what we're gonna do this year, I think the plan for retro rewinds or rewatches um is we're going to have a retro rewind every like at the end of the month. The last episode of the month is kind of how I think it would be a good way to do it. So we don't have
Mm-hmm.
to be like, oh, here's one randomly here, one here. So going forward, they're going to be at the end of every month, the last episode of every month, unless there's something else that needs to take its place. So there may be times where we don't have a retro rewind because just something else come up or came up that needs to take its spot. But for the most part, I think going forward, we're probably gonna have them at the end of every month, just to kind of keep that consistently going forward, like that in that way. But yeah, that'll do it here. Like I said, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for hanging out, and it was good. It was good, reading these comics. Look forward to reading more. Go follow me on all the things. I don't always post on them, but I appreciate the support as always. And yeah, just keep up with all that because I do. Like I said, I don't always post on there, but when I do, make sure you're following so you can see it when it drops, right? But anyway, that'll do it for me. I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day, evening, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye. Peace out.
All right. Thank you guys for everybody watching the show. Appreciate all of you as always for checking out episode 146 of the Clockwork Cantina. We're available in all the MP3 places if you want to listen to the audio version of this podcast. Also, please stick around if you're in the Twitch chat right now, and because we're gonna raid somebody. And make sure to follow me on all the things. I am Josh902. I run 902 Dice Creations on TikTok, Etsy, Instagram, all those places if you're interested in buying some tabletop RPG dice. Majin Sean in the chat has bought some. He can testify that they're great, and Paula as well. So thank you everybody for checking us out, and we will see you all next time. Stick around for the raid.